Jag tänker sjunga en låt. Eller ska jag kanske? Okej, jo, det tror jag inte. Detta är en mycket stor ära för mig och oss på Slagverkskompaniet. Framförallt, vad kul att det som blir folk. Och naturligtvis killen bakom trumsetet, det är helt fantastiskt. Eller hur? Ingen mer hört det. Slå av telefon för att ni kommer inte att kunna prata ändå. På torsdag, det här gäller er som är trumslagare, så har vi lagavhämsning. Vi har kvällsöppet till 11 på butiken i Haga. Jättebillig grej där, Erik. Jag tror inte han behöver någon introduktion. Han kommer att säga t-shirts, eller inte han, vi kommer att säga t-shirts utanför sig. That's it. Okej, en stor applåd och busvisningar till kungen bakom trummorna. Nicko McBrain!
that? I think I said something bad there, did I? I don't know, might actually tell you girls today, you love them. But I love you all. Thank you. As you noticed, that's my baby kid. Yeah, my other ones had babies, and it's nice, isn't it? It sounded all right out there. It's a bit different from the other tubs, you see, because these are the new Gen X Tremor drums, and they're made of maple and birch. There's two different types of wood, and they're absolutely different to the Marquis series, but they're very nice drums. I think the bass drum is especially lovely. Unfortunately, we didn't have an 18-inch Gen X, so we got a Genista up here. But it's a very nice drum kit. There's all kinds of combinations of the wood that well, not all kinds, but there's I think two birch, two maple, two birch, and then it goes on 4 and 4 and so on down the line. But anyway, that's a new Gen, and as you notice, it's a little, it's a teeny-weeny baby drum kit. And I'm lost on it, because I want to go and get things over here and they're not there, you know. It's like, do you know why I've got such a big drum kit? That's exactly right. I'm always going to hit something, right? You can't miss. And all those cymbals up there, you know, it's like, oh, I've got to hit something. I didn't mean to hit that one, but that's okay. Thank you. Anyway, that's a 5-inch Genista snare, 14 by 5. This is a 12 by 10, I do believe. 14, and then we've got an 18 round here. Bass drum is 24 by 18 inches deep, and it's wide open. There's nothing actually inside it except for the wood and the air. No damping or anything like that. I don't use damping on my drums if I can help it. I like a wide open drum sound. And it sort of sings to you, you know. Lovely. I can't go any lower. And the sound engineer, Doug Hall, you know, the guy who does the Iron Maiden sound. Nick, yeah, I've got all these sing-song drums, he says. Can you get rid of a couple of them, fire them, you know? And he said, it's terrible up here every time you hit the floor tom. This one up here goes, woo. Scream for me, comes Dad! Dear Bruce Dickinson, bless his heart. Well, I just messed up. Do you know what? He's flying 757 aeroplanes now. Honest, for, what's the name of the company? Something World, British World or something. It's a new airline, sort of one of these Go Airs, and you know, who would have thought this time of day and age, you know, with all the crap that's going on, there's a new airline company on tour and going back. It's quite tragic, isn't it? But he's actually flying 757s. And I saw him last night and he said, I just got back from Africa. I said, what the hell are you doing in Africa? He said, well, I was flying a 757 down here. I said, what? He said, yeah, have a look at this. He got out, he went in his bag and he pulled out a brochure for the airline company and he said, I'll show you my baby. You wait till you see this. I said, so it's an aeroplane, Bruce. It's a 757. That's mine. Yeah. I mean, he was like a little boy in a candy store, bless his heart. He's really up for it. So I said, you've been singing lately? Yeah, I said, that is. I said, you don't sing when you fly, do you? Mm-hmm, sometimes. I said, make sure you don't put the little thing on for the people in the back, because they'll die if they hear over the hills and you're flying it, you know. That's the 2020 version. You can imagine this, right? Iron Maiden in, what, say 20 years' time, right? We'll be down at Ruskin Arms doing a residency every Thursday and Friday night, and it'll be like this. And a white man came across the sea. Right, and you can imagine Steve Harris coming off stage and... And you can imagine, right, doing that and you go, "You're playing a bit quick tonight, Nick." Oh, I think that's hilarious, don't you? Yeah. Do you notice how all the old people, especially in Scotland, "My darling, nah. You know, they've had half a pint of whiskey, you know. They all kind of do the ers and the at the end of the word. Have you noticed that? It's very bizarre, isn't it? It's really... Yeah, can you imagine Bruce doing that? I can't. It'll be fun, it's a bit of fun. Somebody asked me, what are you going to be doing in 20 years? So everybody, how many Maiden fans we got in tonight? Alright, this is for you lot, right? Now, I'm going to play this song and you're going to sing it, right? Yeah? Sing. So any of you boys and girls in the audience that don't know the words, just hum along. Sort of like, what's he singing? Okay. Now, when we get to the guitar solo, just sing it in your noggin. Because I don't want, you know, 200 of you going, whatever. Here, do you ever wonder what Steve Harris says to me when he comes up? You know, he's... I haven't got a monitor yet. This is it. All right, Nick. Hi, Aaron. What's happening? Good gig, innit? Yeah, bloody great, mate. I've got a great sound up here. What about you? It sucks. I'm having a good time. You're playing a bit slow tonight, Nick. Hey? You're playing a bit slow. Yeah, all right. So what's your point? He said, have you had a, before you've been on the gig? I said, what do you mean? He says, you're playing like an old man. I said, well, I am an old man. It's absolutely fantastic because all the boys come up and see me because I'm in a little box. If you notice, you know, you've got the front of the scrims in front of the Marshall gear and all that, amplifier and stuff and speakers. And then I'm in this little box behind it. And it's really quite lonely. It is. And you see, with me big drum kit, I can only see a few of you at the front because it's pretty much this height, and I've got these 4 tom-toms that come around here and live up here, and they're right in view. So if I want to see you lot when I'm playing, so I'm sitting like this. You imagine me drums here, like, come down like under the hat and see you. Hello! Of course, that's no good when you hit yourself on the head with a stick or something. It's ever so painful. So, it's nice when they come up, and usually Bruce comes up. All right, Nick. Yeah, all right, what are you up to, Bruce? What are you doing up on our drum riser? Because you know there's trouble. Now, in the old days, before I had my rack system, for my last, you know, the last 3-4 tours I've done, I've used a Falcon rack with my Premier drums on. And all the cymbal stands are bolted, actually screwed very tightly to the rack. So, in the old days, do you remember? Any of you used to see the band, he'd lean on it and go like this. See, just as you're going to whack the crap out of the cymbals, come on. And he used to come up here and he sort of lean on it, you all right, Nick? And he'd start calling you. He said, what are you going to do on the gig? It's your turn to the round tonight. Piss off, Bruce. sorry. I didn't mean to use that word, boys and girls, that's rude. And the Lord upstairs, he don't like the bad language, so I'm in trouble now. Plus I've got to give Premier 250 kroners every time I say a swear word, or a naughty word. Normally I get a fee for this, doing this sort of thing. I owe them a lot of money at the moment. I've only done 3 of these shows. Oh, I'm sorry, dear Lord. Anyway, he'll be there on this, right? Oh, well, it's not my turn to buy the drinks. Yes, you do this. It's always someone else's turn, Bruce. He's a terror. No, I bought the last round last night. No, you didn't. You weren't even in the bar. Well, if I was, I would have booked the last round. Right? And he's talking like this, and you're giving it the big sticky, and he comes over and you don't even see the crafty git. Goose, nipple gone. Right, a crucial accent when you've got this real big goo. Take that. Oh, I spat all over you. I'm sorry, mate. Anyway, listen. I'm going to play Up to the Hills for you lot. Right, shall we play it? Yeah, you've got to sing it, though. Just for a bit of a laugh, okay? That was pathetic. That is the worst person to run to the hills I've heard an audience sing in my life. What's the matter with you lot? You're supposed to be singing top of your lungs. That didn't work, did it? Right. So anyway, let's move on then. That's not a good one, is it? You lot just didn't sing too well. I'm sorry. Nah. Didn't hear you too well. Maybe I was playing too loud. No, I went quiet and I still couldn't hear you. Okay, tubs. You've got the tubs, lovely. Cymbals. I love cymbals. I really love them. I adore them. Now look, we'll go this way around the tubs tonight. I've got a 22-inch dimension China type. Lovely. Splendid. Up here is a 20-inch Dimension series. What's this one? It's a Power Crash, I think this is. Yep. This one here is the new Innovation Paiste cymbal. That's a 17-inch. That is a 22 medium, because we didn't have a ride cymbal, because some idiot forgot to order it. Actually, it was me. What do I do? You lot thought I was going to have a go at someone, didn't you? You thought, oh, someone's in trouble, like from Paiste or Premier, you know. Oh, they didn't order this. Me. It is. I didn't order the silly old thing. That's a 20-inch medium, so we kind of compromised for a ride. This here is an 18-inch power. Actually, they're heavy crashes, I think these are called, these ones. Yeah, and this is a 16-inch. We've got a 14-inch heavy hi-hats, which are really quite nice. A 10-inch and a 11. I wasn't sure whether that was 12 inches. It deceived me. You know, I'm 6 inches. In diameter. Do you want to hear a joke? How many people don't speak English in the room? Oh, Oh, that's fine, isn't it? They're not going to understand if they don't speak English. Oh, what's he saying? Oh, I'm sorry. I did that once where was I? I was in Argentina. And of course, a lot of them down there didn't really understand a word I said. Well, a lot of you don't understand a word I say anyway. You all speak English, most of you, don't you? But I kind of went, what did he say? Anyway, where were we? Joke. Ah! Bloke goes to hospital. And he's in his bed. And the doctor comes in and he said, I've got some good news. And I've got some bad news. What would you like to hear first? I think my leg in a bad news. Well, he said, we went down with you to the X-ray department this morning, and we X-rayed your noggin, your head, and we found this massive big tumour in your noggin, on your brain. He said your brain was diseased, and if you had to remove it immediately, this tumour, or else you would have died. How much did you take away? 7/8 of your brain. Oh dear. What's the good news? Well, he said, we bought you a bass guitar. That's a good minute. I've got another one for you, I'll tell you in a little while. Well, we've done it tubs. Normally, I would use a DW 5000 turbo pedal, one bass drum pedal, and a hi-hat stand. But I'm using the Premier bits and bobs here tonight. What kind of model's that here? Dear Karen, what's that pedal I'm using down here? It's a 6000 series bass drum pedal, double chain drive. It's quite nice. I didn't quite get it set how I'd like it, but it will do for now. And the same with the hi-hat. And there's a mishmash of all kinds of dodgy hardware up here, actually, which we shall not go into. By the way, how many drummers we got in the room? I'll bet put my hand up, haven't I? Somebody went, no. Who said that? Who said no over here? Anyone? You? Come here, have some of it. Are you a drummer? I bet I know what cymbals you use. They're not feisty. Are they? See, how did I guess? Anybody using anyone using those? I can't even say it. You? Oh, pistol. How many people use timer drums in the room? I'm sorry, but I can remember when I first played on cardboard boxes. That one's really old. I used that in my drum show about 20 years ago. I just can't stop it. It's so funny. I think that's hilarious. No, the reason being, when they first came out with their drum kits, they had this wood chip fiberglass kit. It was an amazing kit. It only cost like 100 quid, which was what? I don't know, 1,000 kronas or something like that. Cheap. Still are. No, they're good drums, aren't they? Time. Simon Phillips uses timer, doesn't he? Can't be bad, can he? Well, that's what I want to do. Oh yes, I've got a bit of music I brought along. I've not done this before, except when I started with these shows last week. I went to hosted the Birmingham Drum Festival in, where's that? Birmingham. Frankfurt, yeah. Actually, there's a Birmingham in America. That's quite very confusing when I'm driving. It's Birmingham. Oh, what's going on here? Did you expect to drive it? No, I'll tell you. from Birmingham. Yeah, that's a good dear friend of mine. And I didn't say he was, what was it, who was it who interviewed me this afternoon and said, well, I was supposed to call him a tart. Somebody said, is it true that you call Rob Halford a tart? I said, I beg your pardon. What do you mean call Rob Halford a tart? I didn't do that, but he'd like it if I did. He's a dear friend of mine. I've known the guy since 1975. Actually, anybody remember a guy called Pat Travers? Yeah. Well, I played with him in 1976, and actually it was 76 when I first met Rob, and we were on the same management company. Pat was brilliant, still is a great guitar player, and I had 2 years with him. I did 2 albums, and we did a couple of tours, and had a good time, as you do when you go out on tour. And anyway, back to the music. Right, I was on about, see, that's the trouble with me. My mate said I'm like a rabbit. I've got more warrants and deviations than a rabbit, because I keep starting on a story. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm over here. And I completely forget. Do you know, my senior moments, they have their own senior moments. And I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago. This is no word of a lie. I said, Doc, I can't remember things. I said, I keep forgetting things. It's really getting bad. And he said, well, go to the chemist and you buy this stuff called ginkgo, and it'll help you with your memory. He said, you've got to take 4 tablets 2 times a day. Right? So I went to the chemist and bought this stuff. I went back to see him last week. He said, what's the matter then? I said, well, you know that stuff you told me to take? He said, yeah. I said, I can't find it. I forgot where I put it. And he said, well, anything else? I said, yeah, I bought a camouflage jacket from Millets and I put it in the cupboard. I can't find it. No. Anyway. Oh my goodness, I suppose I better make a bit of noise up here, but that's what we're all here for, isn't it? A friend of mine and I, we recorded some songs about 9 years ago when I had some downtime. I think I was actually going out doing this Rhythm of the Beast promotion for this video that I did. It was a bit of fun, absolute rubbish really, but good laugh. And I did this bit of music. Anyway, we went out and promoted it, and I took a band with me. And well, I didn't really arrange some of this stuff with the guy. And there's 3 tunes. The first one's called Strange But True. And I thought I'll have a go at it. It's all new stuff to me doing this pre-recording. It says sleep on it. Hello? What do you mean sleep? They're not that bad, are they? What do you mean? It sucks. I can turn you off. Okay? You'll go to sleep permanently. I'll take your fuse out. It's got sleep on it. Look at that. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, alright, let's have a go. Do you want to hear it? Yeah. Hello? Better turn it off, turn it again. Here he is, there we are. Here we go, this is strange. It's going on steady. Boys and girls, one thing you must remember when you're between bits and pops. Let's put your microphone on. What you need to remember is you've got to reach your time. It's a real pain in the old behind, especially when you're doing 4 songs in a row. And your snare drum decides to go ding, 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 ding. Horrible, isn't it? It's like playing a plastic bag. Now, what I do when I'm playing live in that situation, I get my drum tech. Dear Rusty, his name is Peter Clark, is his real name. But unfortunately, on the end of the Virtual 11 tour, which I used my, do you remember what kit I used? Boys and girls, anyone? I'll give you a t-shirt if you can tell me. Oh, hang on a minute. He's obviously not a Maiden fan. Who said that? Put your hand up. Oi, you did. Where have you been for the last 7 years? We got any shirts up here, I'll give you one. Oh yeah, I can have this one. Hey? Right. Okay, I'm going to give you a t-shirt if you tell me what drum kit I used on the Virtual 11 tour. Well, yeah, of course it was a Premier kit, we all know that. Oh, no. The insignia what? Who said that? No, you can't have one, you're a bleeding Premier geezer! Give it back. No, he's already got to give us that shirt back. Now, alright, give us that shirt up here. What colour was it? Who said that? What colour was it? Who said red? That's for you, mate. Oh, no, you give it to me, who said it? Oh, I know what you do. Get a pair of scissors, cut it off. By the way, a little bit of useless trivia. Do you ever know the expression, put your best foot forward? Have you ever heard that in Sweden? It's probably English. To put your best foot forward. Have you ever heard that? You did? Do you know where it came from? This is a useless piece of trivia, but I found this out the other day. In the old days, shoe manufacturers made the same shoe. It wasn't a left foot or a right foot, it was just a shoe. Right? This is no word of a lie. It's not funny. It's true, honest. And they made the same shaped shoe, and everybody has, it's like the ladies, right? You know one's bigger than the other, isn't it, boys? You know this one's bigger than the other? You know what they call these, don't you? The drumsticks. No? Any drummers in the audience? This particular part of the drumstick is what? Nipple. The nipple. Now, for the young boys and girls in the audience, when you get older, our mums and sisters have one breast bigger than the other. And it's the same with everybody's feet. One is bigger than the other, always. Right? So, when you use these shoes that were different sizes, your smaller foot was usually the best foot because it felt more comfortable. So, hence the expression, put your best foot forward. How about that? That's a bit of trivia, isn't it? Where was I going? Red Marquee Series drum kit. Right. What was I going to say about that? Can you remind me what we were talking about before that useless piece of trivia? Anyway, yes, it was a Red Marquee series, and I can't remember what, for the love of me, I was going to tell you about it. But yes, it was a nice looking drum kit, and it was red, and it was a Marquee series. Oh yes, the difference between a Marquee series and a signia. Does anybody know what the difference is? And not any of you Premier chaps that know what it's all about. I want to see if the boys and girls have got this trivia down. Does anyone know what the difference between a Marquee signia and a regular signia is? They're made of the same wood, which is maple. Any ideas? Well, basically, what it is the Marquee doesn't have a bearing reinforcement edge. So inside it's just a tube of wood. Because it's made so well, you don't need one. And the normal signia has a reinforcement ring around the inside. And my signia kit, in fact, I've got another trivia question for you. That Marquee series drum kit did actually have a black and a white signia kit. Does anyone know also what the Premier, that was good, wasn't it? The actual biggest differences, other than the bearing edge, reinforcement ring? The other major difference that is between a signia and a signia Marquee. Anyone want to get a t-shirt? Have a guess. Huh? Well, all right then. This is boring. I want to give stuff away. Should I make it easier? Who's the best looking bloke in the band? Well, I mean, I haven't got enough t-shirts for the lot of you, but that deserves a nice t-shirt, and I don't know who said it, so I'm just going to sling one out like that. Thank you very much. Do you notice all the little pamphlets for Iron Maiden, you know, the liner notes and stuff, they always leave the best guy to last, the most handsome looking bloke. I'm always on the last page of the book. Yeah. That's for a reason. Because you kind of go, oh, there's Bruce. All the girls go, where's Nick? There he is. The best to last, that's what I say. Phil Ilborn, that's right. There we go, now I'm back online. 3 pieces of music, I'll get there in a minute. We recorded all these years back, and I thought, well, other than me waffling on and playing these dodgy solos for you, I thought I'd put a bit of music and make a fool of myself playing along a bit. So I decided to bring these I took the drums off of them, and I thought, well, I'll have a crack at it. Do you want to hear them? Yeah. Should be a bit of a laugh. Good. It's not gone to sleep again, thank you. More than can be said for a few of you out in the audience.
Oh yeah, shooting your tubs up, that's where we were.
Oh, isn't that amazing? What kind of deviation did I go? I went all over the shop. I can't believe that. And we started talking about my roadie, Rusty. Right, we did the Versa 11 tour. He stuck the drums on the sea freight container from Argentina, and he didn't put the silicone gel pads in the flight case. Now these are very important because they take the moisture out of the case. Instead of going into your drum kit, it goes in this big silicone pack. He forgot to put them in, sorry old bugger. Right? So when the kit got back to London, it got put into the warehouse, which also is very damp. As you know, it's very similar climate in the winter time. Maybe not as cold in England as it is here. It's a different kind of cold here, it's lovely, it's very clean and crisp, I love it. But in England, it's damp. Oh no! So, anyway, I was going to do this picture for Jim Marshall and myself. Jim Marshall was an old premier, one of the first actual guys that was given equipment way back in the 30s, I think it was, when the Delaporte family owned Premier. And Jim Marshall, as you may know, is the man who makes all the amplifiers and speakers, right? That man, that Jim Marshall, is a drummer. Absolutely nothing. He knows sweet nothing about guitars. Honest. He knows how to make an amplifier and a speaker, and boxes, but he don't know anything about guitars. He's a drummer. He's my mate. And we went and did a poster, and I had to get my red kit out at the warehouse. So I go up to the warehouse, open the door, go in there, where's my red kit? It's in one of those boxes over there, get the box down, open it up. It's gone rusty! Inside all the shell, all the little screws have gone rusty, and all the bits on the flipping chrome work have got rust where the sweat had come and all that crap. Oh, I was like, oh no! Then I opened the case with the rack in it, the big Falcon rack. Ah! Holy moly! I'm going to kill him. Fortunately, he lives in Australia. Yeah, anyway. Oh, I was not amused, so I had to send my red Signia marquee back to Premier. They refurbished it, bless their hearts. So I sent all the Falcon rack bits and pieces. It's stainless steel tubing, so that was all right. But the aluminium clamps that went on the rack, they had these mild steel screws and nuts and wing nuts, and they were just seized up, so I had to send it all back and I did it for me. Now, he used to tune my snare drum. It's a very dangerous occupation, boys and girls, right? Because you can imagine, I mean, when you're playing in a rock band and you're giving it large portions of this stick this way, you know, you're sitting there, and you're giving it all like this, and he's got to come up, and you go, "Oi, Pete, come up here, get your drum key off the floor, come on, that one," and you're playing, point to it, he's like, down here like this. You sure then? Get it going! Okay, and this one? Can you see over there? And he Now, I'm pretty good with the drums, well, you know, in drumsticks. Well, you know, I mean, I can come up over there, I can come over there, and if he doesn't get it right, I'll give him a whack on the noggin. But I've never, ever hit him. Not unintentionally, anyway. Now, it's very important that when you do that, you've got to get time to tune your drums back up, because they do detune. It doesn't matter what drum kit you use. Even with these, you've seen these lug locks that you use. You know, I don't know how many drummers use them, but I tried them and I didn't really find it worked too well. But some of them work, I guess. But if you don't have them, your drums detune quite quickly. So just, you know, make sure you get your roadie, come in, teach you how to do it, and you just move your stick round and let him in. Because it's normally, isn't it, when you're playing, you know, you're hitting rim shots, it's that usually the 2 or 3 lugs down the bottom of the snare drum that come undone. So, having said that, here we go. Are we ready now? Yeah! You lot don't have to go on, don't you? Okay, fair enough. I haven't got very many drumsticks. It's a bit of a problem up here with this. I better sit down and start this because it starts pretty quick. Take that over there. notice I lost the plot a little bit down there, you see? Yes, I did regret. I got a bit excited, you know, all came over a quiver. Anyway, that's actually interesting because as drummers, we are human and we do make errors. Contrary to what the band think, wasn't me, mate. Now, the thing about playing drums is when you do find you get into a problem, is how do you get out of it without getting the, you know, sort of digging the hole a bit deeper? Stop. Just stop. Oh, there it is. Right, don't go. It's got to be somewhere in there, isn't it? No, boys and girls, you know, you have to really be able to get out of the mistake without making. So what I used to do, and I still do, is if I make a mistake, I do it on purpose the next time around the frame. And they go, you made it. No, I meant to do that. Right? So they go, oh, yeah, that didn't sound too bad, actually. It just sounded like a bit of a mistake to me. No. Very interesting point. When you learn to play drums, I mean, obviously we need to go through various rudiments and single stroke, double stroke, that kind of stuff, paradiddle, flam, and a triplet, basically. Those are, for me, 5 basic rudiments. You need to learn to play kind of heavy power music. It's all based around single stroke rolls, etc. Because you've got to use power. Trying to do a double is not that very conducive to using power. You can't get it, so you then tend to do it all with single stroke. And the odd doubles, like I saw you earlier. You with it? With it? I saw you earlier on, didn't I? You were at the gig last night. I thought you were going to shave that moustache off. You know, boys and girls, with this bloke's got, I mean, with a nose like that, why underline it? I mean, come on. Don't take offence. Take a gate instead. Think about it. Where was I? Yeah, so, but the other thing, when you play in a band, it's very important that you must understand that there's other people. It's a team effort. So as drummers, we tend to think like, no, you know, I didn't make a mistake, or no, you made a mistake, or no, this drum fill's going to work. Sometimes you just got to sit back with each other and go, this is how I do with Steve. When we come up with drum parts, we work together. He's the bass player, I'm the drummer, we're a rhythm section. So first of all, you've got along with the bass player. So, you know, your 2 heads of the team there, and then the rest of it fits around, like you might accent with something, a phrasing that a singer will do, or a phrasing on a rhythm guitar. But it's very important to be objective and not go, oh no, that's a great drum fill, and I'm going to use it. So there, stuff that up your jacksie if you don't like it. See if I care. And the rest of the band go, ooh. Don't talk to the drummer, it's 1 time a month. You know what, lads? I know a bloke down the road who's really got a great attitude. Attitude, team play. So, although you might make mistakes or you might go great, you know, you can't start changing things either. You know, this was one of, a friend of mine had a big problem with this. He went to see Billy Collins coming one night, and the next day he went out and did a gig. Man, it was like ridiculous. He's trying out all these new tricks that he got a Billy do. I mean, forget it. You know, you can't even do it with your mouth. It's like... Hey, his single stroke is massive. It's like, oh, you make me sick. You know, come away, Billy. I mean, it's built like a brick, you know. You don't want to go up and say anything nasty to him. You know. I took him in the Priceless Symbols about, that 92 in the trade show. He was wandering around and said, hey, Bill, how you doing? Nick. So what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for some new symbols. I said, come with me. I said, you just I said, this is fantastic. You've grown up. You've got taste. Come with me. Oh, that didn't go down so well. What do you mean? All right, Bill, we can't have a word with these boys. Now, Robert Peisty, who is the brother of Tomas, who, does anyone know the signature series of Peisty cymbals? Anyone familiar with them? Yes. It's absolutely fantastic, beautiful, very, very expensive. The Rolls Royce, the creme de la creme, all that. He designed this stuff. And he was actually interviewing drummers around this time to get their input stuff. In fact, it was before 90. So I took Billy in, and Billy, he was only in there 5 minutes with the two brothers. He steamed off. Tomas comes out, where's Nick? Oh, shit. Hey, Tomas, how you doing? In, as I shut the door, he says, don't ever bring anyone in like that again. I said, what? He said, he wants his own name put on our cymbals. I said, oh, does he? We do not do this. We do not. And Terry Bozio came over the Vision series. Terry didn't have his name put on. Terry got absolutely nicked off and said, I'm going to something else. But that's the way he likes the art. But I thought I might tell you about that, because that's my Billy Cobham story. He's a sweetheart, really, but he didn't want his own cymbal, like Jack the John Ed with the those splendid cymbals. Where was it going? I've lost the plot. I've done it again. Basic rudiments, basic fill, basic this, basic that. Keep your goals sharp. In other words, if you get angry with someone, talk about things, because a band, as I said again, it's a team effort. So it's very important that we play within the band, right? Because this friend of mine, when he sang Billy Cobham, he went out his next gig and it was like frightening. The guy was all over the place because he had Billy Cobham's clinic in his head and he wasn't focused on what he learned with the bass player. You know, everyone familiar with Where Eagles Dare? Which was off the, what album was that, boys and girls? It's in mine. You don't get a t-shirt for that now. Not yet. Now, when Steve came up with this riff, it was my first ever week of work with Iron Maiden. Right? 1983, I joined the band on January the 9th. I was in Jersey in the Channel Islands in a hotel which we rented. No one else was living there, just the band. 4 days after I joined the band, we jammed for 3 days. We were doing all the other stuff. It was just great. We were getting absolutely pie-faced on this amazing beer called Mary Ann Bitter. We had our own supply 24 hours a day. So you can imagine what was going on for 3 days, can't you? Sleeping in the bar. Oh, wake up! You pour a beer over someone and wake them up in the morning. Have another wake-up call, Nick. Oh, thank you, lovely. So we partied like pretty hard for 3 days. Then Harry came down and she said, I've got this tune. Going up, yeah? He says, yeah. He said, I need this big drum intro. I think, how's it going? Well, I don't know, you've got to work it out. I said, no, you silly idiot, the song. So he goes, and Steve, and he mimes the bass. And he goes, Alright, I've got the picture. Now, I know what the guitar's doing. What are you going to be playing? You silly boy, that is it. I said, that's the bass line of the tune. And it's all in triples. I thought, oh, no. See, my first, I want you to do this big, massive drum fill and to lead it into, you know, something. So I said, all right, go away to your room, lead me to it. Now, as you know, I've got a very big drum kit. It starts with a 6-inch, goes 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, floor tom. So there I am on this little tom. starting up on sort of running. What's next? Oh, well, we worry about that later. So I worked on this. Harry! Up down! All right, here comes down. Here we go now. You stand in front. No. It goes off. I said, oi, where are you going? It's too much. I said, you wanted a big solo, you know, drum thing. I've given it to you. What's the matter with you? It's too much. Sort something out less busy. Off he goes. So he goes back to the room, and I thought, oh, all right. And he went inside. Harry! Oh, I'm ready! Comes down. Right, I'll look at you, so you imagine I'm there. I'm getting sick of this, Harry. Well, it's too much. What do you want to hear? He went. I said, well, why didn't you say that in the first place? I've been down here for an hour working it out. Well, you didn't get it right, did you? I said, well, I didn't know what you wanted, you silly boy. You could have just gone dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba. Right? So then, I got the intro sorted out, and we had to come down to the actual rhythm of the. This is prevalent what I'm saying about how you work with bass player. So I said, well, what am I going to do? So I thought, well, the bass line doesn't dictate a rhythm which would be like this, for instance. It's disco, isn't it? And I thought, you ain't going to like that. So I kind of had that basic groove, but I didn't really know whether I wanted to try the triplet on the bass line. Because this meter was like... pretty quick. And I thought, oh, I don't want to play this triplet, I've got one pedal, forget it. So after the intro, anyway, he came down and we started to work this out, and he's gone, no, he said, bass line. And all this bit, I said, what are you on about? So I said, here, show me. That was the funniest thing I've ever done in my life. Now, you've got to picture this, right? Harry Harris. He gets on the drums. It's like this. He wasn't standing like doing it as I've ever on. So he started, and basically I started giving him a drum lessons, just so he could show me what he had in his head, because he wouldn't give up. But it took us about an hour, and bless his heart, he really tried to get him to just play this part that he had in his head. And all it was the extra bass line. I'll just show you what we came up with. It was quite interesting. So you've got to imagine the bass line. If I can remember how it goes, I mean, I know I can do it with my chops. oh yeah, that's handy. So we got me bit together with it. Now the rest of the band, they're all in the bar getting absolutely pie-faced at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nothing changed for the past 4 days, you know. So Davey comes in. How's it on in there, Nick? Oh, I'm under the gun. Too bad. See ya. Off he goes back to the bar. Then he comes up with the next bit. Goes into the solo, goes through the verse, he goes, now it's gone into a quadruplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a good bit. I thought I got the best bit, the hardest bit out of the way. So of course now he's going, ooh, that bit, you know, what are you going to do there then? Bloody marvellous, man. Oh, no. Of course you just got to play with what the bass players play. That's it, simple. But then you don't have a bass player, not most many bands have a bass player like Steve Harris do. I mean, be fair. I mean, it's all over the shop. You know, it's almost like a fusion jazz player in rock. So the next bit was, all it was, but now we change it around a bit, but we work this out together. Bear with this in mind, this is how we work it out. So I'm going, oh man, what next? I mean, this is the first tune of Maiden I'm having to learn it. What have I let myself in for? I mean, I thought this was going to be like straight down the middle, like, you know, I mean, the other stuff, some of it, you know, after the Number of the Beast album, you know, Hello, Be Thy Name. Oh, what a track that is. Ooh. Prisoner. You know that one? Down. Swing. Anyway, so there's a boosty. Oh, I'm like, oh, Harry, what was that? What goes after that, boys and girls? Oh, it goes back into the verse. It comes out, it goes. Pretty much it, and then it goes through the verse, chorus, and it's on the outro. So, point being, The story is that Steve and I would come up with the rhythm part. Obviously, we'd lock it in, and that was it. Now, the difference the only difference that I played on that part from when I learnt it was, this is an interesting point. I found when you get like a triplet pattern or something that is out of the normal straight kind of vibe. In other words, it's not straight time, straight, you know, duh, duh, right there. And you've got a double in there or something, whatever, like that where he was there. He's playing on the right hand, what the bass drum's going to do. And if you listen to the original was like this. Then after a while, once you got comfortable with it, and straighten it, like this. So, in other words, a kind of a learning curve would be, is this something I said, lads? Would be, oh, good night. See you later. Thanks very much. Right, so, for boys and girls that like to play the tubs and the bass, that's really how we do it, and I think that's a very good example of how to stay focused as a team and to make the effort work out. And that was my story for where he was there. It's hilarious, because you should have been there to see how he tried to play the drums. It was just a treat. Anyway, I digress again. What song do we have next? Number 2. Okay. Want to hear another one? Yeah. All right. This here is a track called Moby Nick. Yeah. And my mate, he wrote this tune, and we sat in the studio and we worked it out together, and it's a bit of a laugh, it's a cracker. And I'm going to play this for you now. Oh, is it Johan on the sound effect? Johan? Hello, dear boy. Boys and girls, I'd like you. Do you like it up the back there, Johan? Oh, I'm a bit worried about you, mate. He likes twiddling knobs and things up there, you see. Bless your heart. Boys and girls, give it up for Johan. He's doing the sound for us. Jake Maiden. Just need a little bit more welly on this one, I think, because it's a bit of a different level. I'm going to have a bit of a laugh with this. Here we go.
It will be a bit of a laugh when I mess it up, I know it. Did you notice I talk to myself a lot?
hello, Susie. Now, you see, that middle section, when it breaks down, you can mess around with it and then you lock in with what the bass players play. Very key. It kind of grooves along a bit better, doesn't it, when you play what the bass lines do. Very important, man. For him. Where was it going to go next? Oh, yeah! Do you want to hear a joke? Yeah. And then we'll have a few questions and answers, if you like. And I've got one more tune to play after that for you. Anyway, oh, yes! How many people like to play golf in the room? That really made my night so special. This is from me to you. Thank you so much. You are great. I love you. Actually, I forgot to mention about my sticks. I was having an interview today. I don't know whether it was you or one of the other guys. Asked me, do I pay for any of my equipment? These. That's it. Which is, I'm very honoured and blessed. The good Lord's given me the talent and blessed me with playing with one of the top bands in the world for so long. And I praise the Lord for that, because without him I wouldn't have that. But I'm also blessed and graced by the drum company and the cymbal company, Remo drum heads, which I use, by the way, I didn't tell you. I've got the Ambassadors on the top. I use the Emily series from bottom heads. And on the bass drum, on my touring kit and my practice kit, I use a fibre, which is the imitation calf head, a fibre power stroke 3, flat, no padding. All I do is, I'll show you what I do to get my bass drum sound, if you're interested, which I'm sure you aren't. See, that's loose, right? You pinch it, which is too much, and I turn it off. That's it. It's like hanging off, and it's like beauty. And in fact, these drums actually come with Premier head. The Premier used to do their own drum heads, but for problems that arose in England with the quality control and stuff, they went to Remo, and now Remo supplied the Everplate head, which is basically an it's oil. You've got to keep it lubricated. There's a joke there somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, so the reason it's tight, because you need the speed. Or college? High school. It's a school. It's a school for allowing us to come in here tonight. That's really great of them. Also, Michael, from. This will be fun. Slagverkskompaniet. He invited me down here. It's his responsibility, and I'm sure he's regretted every minute of it. He's probably going, oh no, not another one of his jokes. And of course, all the staff from the drum shop. MTK Music is Shetil. He brought me up from Stockholm today, and I do understand he's a bit of a furious drummer. I've heard on QT. He plays in a sort of a dance band, doesn't he? It's not Rob Alfred's, mate, either, alright? The PA, our friend Johan, about we've already said thank you, but I would like to say thank you, and officially thank you to you all. Oh yeah. And last but not least, my very dear friend, Karen Whitman from Premier. She's with us. She came over from England to be with me to hold my hand because she's a sweetheart. And she's sitting over there. Please put your hands together. She was sent over to spy on me by the boss of Premier and Paisley. Don't tell her what I know, right? Yes, right. I really am grateful fact, you know what? I've got something I want to share with you all, which is very personal to me in my life at the moment. And this is the first time I've actually done this, but I want to share something with you from this book. This is the Holy Bible. Okay? Now, for those of you that may not